Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be analyzing yet another chart, but it does not concern a past event, rather it is a future prediction. One of my viewers who has put his trust in me sent over his chart, requesting me to analyze career front. He's not in the best of his times with respect to career, and he would like to know when he would see light in his career. I will not be revealing the birth details for this chart, but the Rashi and the Shamsha chart are as shown on the screen. And a quick summary of the profession he is into. He is into real estate business, and since 2015 he has not had such a great time in his career, and he would like to know if good time is coming soon. Looking at the Dashamsha chart, I did not find any need to rectify this chart. I do not know any other details about this person or any other past events, so I have not looked at any other divisional charts. But with the very limited information that I was given, I found that the Dashamsha chart is accurate. Okay, moving on. So I was told that since 2015 the career has not progressed really well. So let us look at the time during 2015 and see what dasha he was running since 2015. In the Rashi chart, Moon is a strong planet in Kendra because Moon is exalted in Taurus, and Ketu, who is an enemy of Moon, is at 18 degrees and Moon is at 12 degrees, at least around 6 degrees apart. So Moon still remains to be the strong planet here. So I went ahead and chose Taradasha from Moon instead of regular Vimshottari Dasha, because Taradasha from Moon is more applicable than Vimshottari Dasha here. Going to the settings in the software, this remains Rashi D1. The ownership of Kritika will be given to Moon because he is the strong planet in the Kendra, and Sun takes over Bharani. Starting from 2014, that is a year before he mentioned in the question, he started the Saturn Dasha. What kind of a planet is Saturn in Rashi chart? He is the third and the fourth lord, not a great benefic. He is a natural malefic and also third and fourth lord. He is not a trine or a Kendra lord. He is not a yoga karaka, but he is an average planet. He is posited in the eighth house of obstacles, hardworking, occult. So all those eighth house significations, he is posited in such a house. So 2014 to 2033 he will be running Saturn period. Within Saturn, during the time that he mentioned, that is Saturn Mercury. So when again Saturn Mercury is what? 8th lord and the 11th lord, and Saturn Ketu, Saturn Venus is the 7th and the 12th lord. Now he has just started Saturn Sun period. Saturn Sun, let's quickly do an analysis of how this period is going to be. Saturn and Sun, the first thing that comes to our notice is Saturn and Sun are not great friends, they are enemies. So whatever Saturn wants to give, Sun will not allow it to give. Moreover, Sun is the 10th lord in Rashi chart, debilitated in the 12th house of Maranakaraka Sthana. Again, so Sun is also not so strong. So what is the conclusion that we can arrive at? This period may not be that great, 2024 August to 2025 July. It need not be with respect to career alone. It may be in regards to anything that is related to 10th house, because 10th house is not just career. 10th house means many things. Now let us focus on this period using another dasha, that is Narayana dasha. Narayana Dasha. I will quickly go over how the previous Dasha was and then take up the current Dasha. Scorpio Mahadasha. In Narayana Dasha, it is a progression of the 7th house in his case. So the progressed Lagna will always be the 7th sign from the Mahadasha sign. Going to Scorpio. In Scorpio Mahadasha, the progressed Lagna is in Taurus. Taking this as Lagna, how is it? Lagna has the third lord, exalted third lord moon, afflicted by Ketu. And 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th house, because the question was on career. 10th house from the progressed Lagna has the 8th lord and the 11th lord. Let us go into the Dasha Pravesha Chakra and see if whatever he has told us is reflected in the chart or no. Lagna is in Capricorn. Lagna Lord Saturn is in the 10th house, along with 8th Lord Sun, who is inimical to the Lagna Lord, who is also debilitated. So it is clearly seen that this period might not have been such a great period with respect to career for the reason that I just mentioned. Now, let us see the 10th house. 10th house, as I said, 10th house has the Lagna Lord and the 8th Lord. Lagna Lord, 8th Lord conjunction is a bad conjunction. And where is the dispositor? Dispositor is posited in the 12th house from itself, and he is debilitated in Virgo. Moving on, let's see how the next Dasha is, that is the Aries Mahadasha, which runs from November 2023 to November 2029. When Aries is the Mahadasha sign, the progressed Lagna will be in Libra. Libra has a big conjunction of planets here. Sun, Mars, Mercury and Venus. Lagna Lord is strongly posited in his Mula Trikona, that is Venus, and there is a Buddhaditya Yoga between 11th Lord and 9th. The 9th and the 11th Lord, this is not a Raj Yoga, but it is just a Buddhaditya Yoga, and there is, if you take this as progress Lagna, the Maraka, Mars, Maraka, 2nd and 7th Lord is also there in the progressed Lagna. Now let us look at the Dasha Pravesha Chakra. I will look at each Antardasha and see which Antardasha might be a good period for the native. Aries Libra. Aries Libra is Libra Antardasha, that is where the Lagna is, Dasha Pravesha Lagna is. It has Sun, Ketu, Mars and Mercury. Sun and Ketu. Sun is eclipsed by Ketu here, and there is Mars and Mercury. Mars and Mercury are inimical to each other. Mars is the 2nd and the 7th Lord. Mercury is the 9th and the 12th Lord. Not such a great conjunction to be in a house. Let's move on to the next Antardasha, Scorpio. Scorpio, Mars, Lagna Lord, sorry, not Lagna Lord, Antardasha sign Lord Mars is in the 12th from itself, along with enemy Mercury. Moving on, Sagittarius. Sagittarius Antardasha, the Lord is Jupiter. He is involved in Guru Chandala Yoga in the 7th house. 7th house is the house of business. Now everything that I say, I will be putting my focus into his career only. I will not be looking at other significations of 7th house because the question is on career. As I mentioned in my previous video, Desha Kala Patra is very important during analysis. Now this Jupiter Rahu conjunction in 7th house may mean anything in regards to 7th house. It could be relationships, marriage, or the Maraka significations of 7th house, anything. But I will be focusing only on career. Now this is not a great period for career as well. This is not, that is 2024 November to April 2025, because the Lord is involved in Guru Chandala Yoga. Jupiter and Rahu are inimical to each other. Moving on, the Capricorn Antardasha. Capricorn is the fourth house of comfort from the Dasha Pravesha Lagna, and its Lord Saturn is in a trine in his Mula Trikona. So Capricorn interests me. It looks like it's going to be a good period for the native. And how about the next Antardasha? Next Antardasha is Aquarius. It's the fifth house of recognition, fifth house of children, fifth house of abilities. So these are the main fifth house significations, Purava Punya. So the lord of the Antardasha sign Saturn is strongly posited in his Mula Trikona. So I will put my focus into these two Antardashas, which is April 2025 to April 2026. This coincides with the Vimshottari Dasha time period as well. We saw that, let me switch the screen back to the Vimshottari Dasha. See, I said that the good period is going to come after this, right? So this is 2025 July, and in Rashi Dasha we saw that 2025 April onwards the good time may start. We do not know in what phase of life, but there is a intersection of periods when we compare the two dashas. Now let me go into Dashamsha, because the question is in regards to career. This is the Dashamsha chart, and Mars is strong. There are many strong planets here. We have Venus, who is strong. Venus is not combust because Sun and Venus are far away. You can look at the Bhavachalit Chakra. Mars is a strong planet. Jupiter is also strong here. He is exalted, but he is retrograde. So I wouldn't consider him that strong. But what stands out is Mars. Mars is exalted. So when the controlling planet Mars is strong, and when Rahu is either in a trine or quadrant from Lagna Lord, Ashtotri Dasha applies. So here Rahu, and the Lagna Lord is Jupiter, and Rahu is in, if you see the Bhavacharit chart, Rahu is in a trine from Jupiter. So Ashtotri Dasha, compressed Ashtotri Dasha applies in D10. I'll go to Nakshatra Dasha here, and I switch to Ashtotari Dasha. Now, does Ashtotari Dasha from Moon apply? The default setting is Ashtotari Dasha from Moon. So this is the default. This is the default when you open a screen, and I go and change this to D10. Before going further, let me quickly check the longitudes of Moon in D10. In D10, he is at 27 degrees 4 minutes in Gemini. That is towards the last 3 degree 20 minutes of Gemini. He is in Gandanta. So Moon is not strong. When Moon is not strong, then we go to the Dasha. The Dasha starts from Lagna. How is Lagna? Lagna is also at the last 3 degree 20 minutes of Sagittarius. He is also in Gandanta. If Lagna is also weak, then we start the Dasha from Sun. So here Sun compared to Moon and Lagna, Sun is strong. So Ashtotari Dasha, compressed Ashtotari Dasha from Surya Sphuta applies in this chart. Okay. Now let us see whatever he has told us makes any sense using this Dasha. The reason why I use conditional Dasha is my Guru PVR sir says when a conditional Dasha applies in a chart, it takes over Vimshottari Dasha, and that explains the results better. From 2010 to 2025, he was running Moon Dasha. What kind of a planet is Moon? Moon is the 8th lord in the 7th house of business, aspecting the Lagna. And the Lagna Lord has gone to the 8th house. So Moon Mahadasha wouldn't have been such a great period for career. How is the next Dasha? Mars. Mars Mahadasha starts from March 2025. Now see how beautifully things are lining up. We first identified the good and bad period using the Rashi chart, and then we went to Rashi chart using Nakshatra Dasha, which was Tara Dasha from Moon, and then we went to Narayana Dasha. We got a intersecting period that somewhere after April 2025 would be a good period for the native. And now when we focused on Dashamsha with the right Dasha, we again see that the period before 2025 March wouldn't have been such a great period, but post March 2025 the time is going to be great. See how all three intersect. This is what we gives us a confidence that yes, things make sense. The prediction is going to come true, maybe, or the analysis makes sense. This is what we as students of astrology would love to see when we analyze a chart. Okay, moving on. What kind of a planet is Mars? Mars is the fifth planet, fifth lord and the 12th lord. Fifth house is for recognition and 12th house is for giving up. And he is strongly posited in his exaltation sign. He is exalted, so he is a good planet. A fifth lord of recognition being exalted is a good indication. So that period starts from March 2025. Now let us go into each Antardasha, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, and see if we can narrow down the results. Mars. Yes, Mars. It runs from March 2025 to November 2025. It might be a good period. We have to validate that using annual chart. Mars Mercury. How is Mars Mercury going to be? From the Mahadasha sign, Mahadasha Lord Mars, Mercury is the 6th Lord and the 9th Lord. See here, Mars, Mercury is the 6th and the 9th Lord. In the Shamsha chart, 6th house is for service and 9th house is for luck. So he holds good lordship, and he is placed where? From the Mahadasha sign, he is placed in the 10th house along with Rahu. He is afflicted by Rahu. So Mars and when two planets are in conjunction, there is a possibility of exchanging results. So during this period, Mercury might give the results of Rahu, and from Lagna, Rahu is the 3rd lord posited in 11th house. Rahu is in a good placement because this is one of the 3 good placements for Rahu. 3, 6, 11 are good placements for Rahu, and Rahu is posited in the 11th house. So this might be when good time starts, Mars Mercury period. So now we have, I'll not move forward because that's too far ahead, 2027. I'll stop at this and then analyze these two Antardasha periods using annual chart. Mars starts in March 2025. Now moving on to Tithi Pravesha Chakra. March 2025 falls in the annual year of 2024. Let us see how the year that just started, that is going to start on October 19, 2024. In the Rashi chart, whenever an annual chart is interpreted, both the Rashi and the divisional chart are important. So in the Rashi chart, we have Lagna in Sagittarius, and our focus is on the 10th house. 10th Lord Mercury is with the 9th Lord Sun, forming a Buddhaditya Yoga in the 11th house of gains, and it is also a Dharma Karmadhipati Yoga. So it's a very good yoga in the 11th house, and that's where Arudha Lagna is posited too. So this year might be when, this year in the sense the year that starts in 2024 might be when good things start to kick off with respect to 9th house and 10th house significations. Let us see the Dashamsha chart. In the Dashamsha chart, Lagna Lord Sun is posited in the 4th house of comfort, where Arudha Lagna is posited too. And how is the 10th house? 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th Lord Venus is in the 7th house. The 10th Lord of Karma is in the house of business. But 6th Lord and 7th Lord Saturn is in the Lagna in the Marana Karakasthana. So this is the only negative indication here. Um, Even though the 10th lord is in the 7th house, the fact that the 7th lord, since the native is into business, the fact that the 7th lord is weak is not a good indication. This might be during the very beginning of 2024. Now, using the natal chart static analysis, we saw that somewhere around March 2025 uh, might be when things start turning towards the positive side, right? So now let us see what annual dasha he runs during that period, March 2025. So here in Tithi Ashtotari Dasha, I select D10 and March 2025. See there, it is the Dasha of the 10th Lord Venus. So see how beautifully it coincides. So March 2025, in my humble opinion, would be the time when things start getting better. That is when the Venus Dasha, Tithi Ashtotari Dasha of annual chart of 2024 commence. And then comes the Sun Mahadasha. Sun is a good Lagna Lord in 4th house. And then we have Moon. Moon is forming Gajakesari Yoga in the 6th house of service in Dashamsha. And then we have Mars. Mars is the Yoga Karaka, is the 4th and the 9th lord in the 5th house of recognition. Mars is going to be a terrific period with respect to career, in my opinion. So that is when it is August 2025 to September 2025. This is exactly 1 year from now. And then we have Mercury. Mercury might be an average period because Mercury is debilitated here in the 8th house in Pisces. And then we have Saturn. So Mercury Saturn might be average period for the native, but I strongly believe that the good time starts somewhere in March 2025, and then it will keep progressing over the course of the year. Now let us see the next year, because in Narayana Dasha we saw that both Capricorn and Aquarius Dasha are going to be good for the native. So let us quickly look at 2025 annual chart. Hora Lord is Venus. Hora Lord Venus is he is the Lord who blesses things. He is posited. Okay, first let's see the Rashi chart. He is posited in his own house, in his Mula Trikona sign. And let me put up D1 here. He is posited in his Mula Trikona sign. In Rashi chart, he looks combust when he is with Sun, but no, he's not combust. He's really very strong in the 9th house of luck. So he is going to bring luck to the native during that year. Let us see what Venus has to do with respect to career. Lagna is Pisces. Lagna Lord Jupiter is strongly posited in his Mula Trikona along with the 4th and the 7th Lord Mercury. Jupiter-Mercury conjunction. Let us see the relationship of Mercury with Jupiter. Mercury and Jupiter are inimical, so it's not very good Raja Yoga, but still it is a Raja Yoga because it is a conjunction between a trine Lord, Lagna Lord, and the Kendra Lord, 4th and 7th Lord. And Venus, who is the Hora Lord, who is the Lord of blessings for this year, he is strongly posited. He is posited in the 10th house. Now let us see Venus. Venus is an inimical sign with Jupiter. So Venus, Jupiter are enemies here, but he is slightly weak. But the fact that he is in the 10th house is a blessing. He is blessing things. He is going to make things happen. He's going to work hard to make things happen in a positive way in the 10th house. How is Karaka? Karaka Sun is in 3rd house. 3, 7, 11 are the Kama Trikona in a Dashamsha chart. So he is posited in the 3rd house. For a malefic, 3rd house is a great house. And is there any other indication? Jupiter, yeah. And how is the fact that the Lord of Business, 7th Lord, he's also in the 10th house. So the year starting from November 2025, I feel that it's going to be a great year. So starting from March 2025 and then continuing to the next year, this is going to be a good period, great period for the native. It's going to be a better phase than what he has seen so far. Now let us see the transits to conclude the result. Switching back to natal chart, I will take up a period that is close to what is shown in the Tithi Pravesh chart. So December 15, 2025, and cast a transit chart. Let us see the transits of the two slowest moving planets, Jupiter and Saturn. Jupiter is here, Jupiter in Cancer, and then Saturn in Pisces. Switching back to natal chart, just remember this: Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Pisces. So Jupiter in Cancer is transiting over the Dashamsha Lagna Lord, and Saturn, who is in Pisces, he is casting his 10th aspect on the Dashamsha Lagna. So there is a double transit on Dashamsha Lagna, and let us see the transit longitudes in Dashamsha as well. We have Jupiter in Sagittarius and Saturn here in Leo. So going back to the natal chart, so the transit Jupiter in Dashamsha is transiting over the Lagna here, Dashamsha Lagna, and Saturn, is he touching any important points? He is casting his 3rd aspect on the Dashamsha Lagna. I hope you understood this transit analysis. If not, please rewind a few minutes and then rewatch. I have analyzed the transits of both these planets, Saturn and Jupiter, from the Rashi chart perspective and the Dashamsha chart perspective. So the conclusion that I would like to make out of this analysis, this short analysis, is that the good time is going to come. Stay put. Keep the trust in God. The good time is going to start very soon, around March 2025, I would say, but it does not mean that it should not start before that. But from whatever data that is available in the chart, I see that starting very soon. Now we are in September, so within the next 7 months the good time should start. And in the meanwhile, I would like to suggest a remedy as well. Praying to the Lord that I believe in, and I praying to the Guru Gurus who have taught me astrology so far. The remedy that I would like to suggest is, the 10th Lord Mercury is afflicted by Rahu. So Mercury has to be strengthened and Rahu has to be calmed. For strengthening Mercury, I would suggest reading Vishnu Sahasranama Stotram, because the ruling deity of Mercury is Vishnu. Maybe if not every day, at least every Wednesday. And to please Rahu, I would suggest reading Durga Kavacham, if not every day, at least every Friday. Since we have Navratri coming up, reading Durga Kavacham for the entire period of 9 days would be very beneficial. Hope you find whoever has given this chart to me. Hope you see good times very soon in your career. Thank you very much.